Hello, welcome back to my channel, and we are continuing the complete history of Thomas the Tank Engine. In 1983, Brittlecroft accepted permission to create a television program based on the Railway series and called it Thomas and Friends, making Thomas the main character. Ringo Starr as the narrator in the UK dub and George Carlin in the US dub, and the show began on 9th October 1984. Season 1 is the start of the classic era, and the season begins with Thomas being cheeky, mean and teasing the big engines like, "Wake up, lazy bones, why don't you work hard like me?" And Gordon takes revenge on Thomas very easy. After 3 episodes, Thomas's stories follows the plot from the Railway series by doing jobs 3 times just to prove himself, until earning his own branch line. "You're a really useful engine. You shall have a branch line all to yourself." "Oh, thank you, sir," said Thomas. After that, we see the crazy adventures on his branch line. He left his guard behind, went fishing, got stuck in the snow, have a race with Bertie, and got in trouble with a policeman. Season 1 ends with a Christmas special, when Thomas goes heroic along with Toby and Terence to save Mrs. Kindly when she got stuck in her house while snowed up. Then they all have a party with everyone and celebrate it. What a great way to end the season. Season 2 starts with Thomas, Percy and Cole, and it's the first episode about Thomas and Percy, even it's a premiere to Season 2. Percy was the main focus of Season 2 because it's organising the dynamic of Thomas and Percy, and going to be a big key element when the show goes on. Well, they are friends, but in Season 2 they're not best friends because of Thomas's comments. Thomas was really savage in Season 2. Like, he has a grudge with everyone in this season. Every episode starring him being doubtful and complaining to someone about something, like, well, anyway, puffed Thomas, "Blue's the only colour for a really useful engine, everyone knows that. And it's those mainline engines they differ about on the viaduct, and they blame Sir Topham Hatt's workmen. It's just an excuse for laziness if you ask me." Or, "I'm a green caterpillar with red stripes. You crawl like one too." "I don't." "Jesus, Thomas, chill out." Okay, you might be saying, why is this Jug the main character of the series? Well, I can answer that. Thomas has flaws, and that makes the main character great. What would the show be like if the main character was perfect every time and never causes a problem or trouble? Like Edward has their example of the perfect character of the show. Like other cartoon characters have flaws. And what would they be without them? And what would Thomas be without his silliness and recklessness? It will be boring without their flaws. They're the reasons for amazing stuff with their flaws. And that's why Thomas works as the mascot of the franchise. Like, children learn through Thomas causing mistakes. He really shows us how not to act in that way. He's a great role model and enjoyable to follow, so making Thomas the main character is a perfect choice. In Season 3, that's when Michaelangelos becomes the narrator, Thomas softens up and nicer to everyone and helps them, but he does have his cheeky side. And during this season, Thomas and Percy are truly best friends, like in Thomas, Percy and the Dragon, Thomas Percy and the Post Train, and Thomas and Percy's Christmas Adventure. And also, Season 3 shows Thomas that he appears in many places instead of his branch line to ensure the main characters stay relevant. And Wilbur Awdry infamously criticised Season 3. He stated, "They're so obsessed with the popularity of Thomas that they have what I can only call crunch-shotted Thomas to all sorts of unlikely places in order to force him into a particular story, whether the story was written with Thomas in mind or not." I mean, what he says about Season 3 are a bit off, but I do understand what he means. I might be like that too. But there's this thing that the Railway series shows every character instead of one, and the TV series has got one main character, but doesn't appear in some episodes. And the best thing about Thomas in this era is that his character was evolutionized throughout Season 1 to 5. In Season 1, Thomas was boastful. In Season 2, Thomas was savage. And in Season 3, Thomas is mature. And it means that Thomas grows up through the seasons. Season 4 was the last time we see Thomas mess up again, in this episode called Thomas and a Special Letter, when he crashes in a crazy way. Thomas in Season 5 doesn't do anything wrong, but still has his cheeky side and also supportive to everyone, like, "Just ignore him, Puff Thomas. We engines must pull together." See, it does mean that Thomas had grown up throughout the seasons. In 2000, Thomas starred in his first movie, Thomas and the Magic Railroad. His voice actor, Eddie Glenn, does a great job voicing Thomas. He captured his energetic and youthful traits, and also says this quote, "Little engines can do big things." And also, this movie shows his bravery, like he stands up to Diesel. He's not afraid of him, he's just annoyed of him. And one of the weak points of this movie is Thomas has got very little screen time, and he appeared for less than 12 minutes, that the movie was heavily focused on the human characters. Well, after the movie, Britt Allcroft resigned as deputy chairwoman of her company, and a new crew came and wrote more episodes and more seasons. In Season 6, Thomas has got his traits from the previous seasons, like he stands up to pompous engines, sacred for his snowplow, and his supportive side to his friends, and also shows empathy for any scrapped engine. Season 7 was when Hit Entertainment took over, and Thomas has reverted to his behaviour from Season 1. In this episode, the spotless record is that Thomas plays a trick on a new engine named Arthur, showing he's back to his old ways from the start. And the Season 7 finale features for Thomas. Thomas did a noble moment. He goes on a race with Bertie again to help the children during Sports Day. That's a great way to end this season, or the classic era. Season 8 is the beginning of the Hit era, and Thomas was very inconsistent in this era. He's repeating the same lessons over and over again, and he appears in too many episodes that are focused on him. Yeah, I know he's the main character, but come on, the other engines deserve a chance. And the good episodes that are focused on him in Season 8 to 12 are Thomas Saves the Day, that shows his reliance on Annie and Clarabelle. Thomas and a statue, that he brags that statue is him, causing other engines to snap at him, and he apologizes to them when the statue is revealed. And Hector the Horrid, he stands up to Hector to defend his friend Rosie. Season 12 was when the models have CGI faces and it looks weird and sloppy. But I don't consider Season 12 to be the finale to the model era. And the feature-length special, The Great Discovery, is the big finale to the model era. This special has everyone in it. The main engines, the navigation engines, literally everyone. In the special, Thomas found the abandoned town called Great Waterton. Sir Topham Hatt rebuilds the town and puts Thomas in the lead. A new engine named Stanley came and takes over Thomas's jobs and having fun with his friends, but Thomas does not like that. Then Thomas tricks Stanley to pull 10 trucks and suddenly chaos happened, all because of Thomas. And how the story works is because it explores jealousy, pride and redemption through Thomas's relatability, showing his downfall when he's unhappy at Stanley, leading to a brilliant journey when he learns friendship is more important than being the best. This special is the end of the model era and a goodbye to the iconic classic look. For Thomas in the model era, Thomas had so much development for his character and his bond to his friends. The classic era was about him growing up, and the hit era was a setback, but there's some gems in that era. And despite his negative traits, he works as the main character, and the episodes about him are focused on his lessons, and always coming through in the end. Thank you so much for watching, well done to the model era, and I'll see you on part 3. Goodbye!